Hey, good morning, everyone. How is everyone? I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's better than me, anyway, because I've just been told that a certain person, not a million miles away from me, has tried to do another cake and has blew up yet another of my devices. So yet again, so that means that since you've tried to make two cakes and one set of meatballs, and since you've done that, you have blown up the mixer first, then you blew up the blender, and now you've blown up the new mixer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell is she doing? Oh, she's tattooing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Frosty. I'm not being funny, but I'm doing me. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I'm doing my bollocks at Cheltenham as it is, you know. And then she's blowing up me thing. I'm having a right bad week, real bad week. I mean, on what? Roughly about £360 down over 3 days so far. So, at the moment I couldn't pick my nose, let alone pick a winner. So, yeah, definitely a bad week for me. And what cake were you trying to cook? What cake were you going to do? Banana cake. So you were going to do a banana cake, but you blew the mixer up again. So that means we've got to go out and buy a new mixer.
Yeah.
Okay, another new mixer. I mean, they'll get sick of me taking these pissing mixers back because you keep blowing them up. Yeah, you had a good day yesterday in the end. No, I had one winner yesterday. One winner, but it still didn't get me out of jail. So I'm first to admit I'm having a nightmare at Cheltenham, an absolute nightmare. If I lose today, I'll be the wrong side of 560 quid down. So, yeah, not somewhere I want to be. I'm hoping the horses that I picked today, I'm hoping I get a couple of winners. I'm not going to name my horses like I did yesterday. The only thing I will say is I will name the one that I've had. I haven't had, because I'm still £20 up on my £10 each way bet. I'm actually put £20 each way on one today. I will name that horse. It's in the 210. The 210, because it gets paid the first six, and I got 10-1, and the horse's surprise package in the 210. So surprise package in the 210 has got my £20 each way at 10-1. Even if that wins, I'm not going to get my money back, but at least, I can only lose 20 quid on my £10 each way betting on the 6-1 shot on the sixth place horses ones. But it might, if it wins, it might buy a new bleeding mixer so she can carry on baking cakes. Hello, Dave. As I was saying, Dave, I'm having a nightmare at Cheltenham. I'm losing I'm down quite a bit of money. I'm not going to name the horses today. Like I say, the only one I'm going to name is the horse Like to Move It I got in that race. Yeah, I looked at that, but value for money, it wasn't for me, because value for money, and then I found out it was for me because I've just looked on Ladbrokes and it's actually 10-1, so it was the same price, so I could have done that. But I didn't. I went with surprise package because I backed it before, so I have to go with horses I backed before. But I'll tell you, Oh, did you see that first? I tell you what, I know somebody who's on here at the minute actually backs the eventual winner in that first race. But come on, let's be honest. If you'd have been on that favourite in that first race, you must have been gutted. I mean, that was that was 20 lengths clear, pulling away when it fell. 20 lengths. I mean, Rachel turned around and said on the one that eventually won, she actually admitted she was treading water. She had no chance of catching it. No chance. She was treading water, you know. But I mean, the one that finished second in the end, that would have finished third, I don't think it slipped on the landing side. I just don't think it. I think what they said was true. It stood off it a bit too much. It jumped over and it just couldn't find its feet on the landing. You know, it just couldn't get his feet down. There was nothing the jockey could have done. It was a jumping error by the horse. So, but yeah, she's had a bet today, ain't you?
Yeah.
You've had a bet today. I'm hoping that your horses win. Do you know how much you win if your horses win?
How much?
What, in Thai baht or in English?
Thai.
In Thai baht. Okay. If your horses win today, you will get, all right, you will win. This is yours here. Let me just find it. You will get, in Thai baht, 150,000 baht.
100.
150,000 baht if your horse win. If all your horses win today.
Okay.
150,000 baht. Yes. She's had a she's had a lucky 15, and she's had a 7-1, an 18-1, a 33-1, and a 4-1 in the first. These are in the first 4 races, and it pays roughly about it pays £3,925. So about roughly, not quite. Yeah, roughly about 150,000 baht. So she'll be happy with that if it comes in, because she'll get it all. I won't get it. She'll have it. It's her money. So did anybody watch Leicester win last night? Well, not win last night, but go through. I was quite happy with that. I didn't realise that away goals don't count anymore. They got rid of that apparently this season. So I'm thinking, once we scored, I'm thinking, oh well, they've got to score 4, but no, if they'd scored 3, would have gone to extra time. We were hanging on that last 10 minutes. I ain't got no nails left. We were absolutely hanging on. But yeah, it was good. It was good. So, but yeah, there's still no news coming out of Thailand yet, is there?
Yeah, I think they cancel.
They cancel what?
What is it? COVID test before flying.
Oh right, so there is news coming out of.
Sure, yeah.
Fucking hell, Adam. Closing down sale at Chelsea FC. Everything Moscow. Yeah, okay. It was a drab affair, but it was a good win for the Geordie. It was a good win for Everton in the end. They needed that win desperately. But yes, apparently, what date is that effective from? Do you know?
I don't know.
Apparently, they have abolished the 72-hour PCR test. So they have abolished that you need a PCR to take a PCR test, the 72-hour one, which is what everybody was expecting them to get rid of. So they have actually announced that will be phased out. What about the pubs? Are the pubs opening? I'll have to have a Google it myself. The pubs opening hours? You don't know. So that's the one that we do know, is that they are phasing out the 72-hour test. They had a meeting today, so. So if you're flying over any time in the near future, you won't have to do a PCR test before you leave the country. So as in before you leave England, America, Australia, unless, and please take this into account, because I don't want to be held responsible. unless you're flying through another country. If, like, I think Dubai still require you to have a test. I think Singapore still require you to have a test. So I think them two still require. So if you fly direct from England to Thailand, you don't need a test. So it saves you an extra 60 quid, I think. Or if you're a couple going over, it saves you 120 quid. Am I planning another holiday? Yes, I am. We're looking to go back end of April, end of May, beginning of June. That's when we're looking to go back over. So we're looking to go back over for, I don't know, 3 weeks to a month and then come back here. So that's what we're looking at, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah. But the way the fuel prices are going up over here, I think, I'm beginning to wonder whether we will make it back over there, because I might fucking price it out the fucking thing here. But somebody was saying that, I think Joe was saying £400 return direct for July. Well, that's not a bad price. That's not a bad price at all. But you see, I'll only have to pay. I mean, the thing is that she's already got a flexible return ticket. So what we'll do is we'll move her return flight to whenever we decide to go, and then I've just got to buy mine. So because with a 6 month visa, a tourist visa, is it called a tourist or a visitor's visa? Same thing, but what's it called? It's actually called a visitor's visa. With a visitor visa, it's a 6 month visa, but it's a multi-entry, so we can leave and come back. So, well, she can leave and come back like a boomerang. I saw Andy Wright looking at Scoot flights on his stream. Wasn't so cheap. Yeah. Well, the thing is, at the moment, I don't know how other people see it, but at the moment there's only Thai Airways that are flying direct at the minute, right? And because there's only Thai Airways flying direct, they haven't got the competition. Whereas back before COVID, there was EVA, Thai, British Airways. You know what I mean? So there was a competition out there. It was competitive, but now it isn't, because there's only the one, and they're not running on full capacity anyway. I think there's only 4 or 5 flights a week, and her friend flew out last week on Thai Airways. Flew out of England last week on Thai Airways because her visa was up, and her flight was only a quarter full. She took a picture of her flight, and it was just before takeoff, and it was literally only a quarter full, and that was Thai Air going out to Thailand direct, and it was a quarter full. So people are still not really traveling, whether it picks up. I mean, I would expect April to be busy. I would expect April to be very busy. I wouldn't expect May to be that busy, and June, July, but I would expect Songkran April. I know. Turn it so I can't see. Oh, is that her flight? Yeah, that's what I say. It's probably only a quarter full. It's all right. She just showed me the picture again. So yeah, it seems to be only about a quarter full. But I expect April to be busy with Songkran. So come on then, let's have a bit of fun. Let's have your horses for the Gold Cup, which is what this is today. It's the Friday Gold Cup day. So just type in the chat the horse that you think's going to win the Gold Cup, and I'll put in the chat. I'll put in what I think's going to win the Gold Cup. I will put that one in. So the horse that you think will win the Gold Cup. I've backed an horse in the Gold Cup, and I will type it in first so that I ain't cheating. And if you've got the same horse as me, bad luck. I can't help that. So this is what I fancy for the Gold Cup. I think that's spelled right. I think I spelled it right. Let's have a look. No, spelled it wrong. That's what price did I get on it? Let me put the price down for what I got. That's the price I got, and that's the horse I've picked. Yeah, like I say, the one I've picked ain't going to get me out of jail, but it's just nice to have the Gold Cup winner, isn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, we all love to have the Gold Cup winner. But like I say, I don't think I need at least 3 winners today to get me out of jail. You know, but I'll be happy. I'm 340, 360 down at the minute. 360, I think I worked it out to be. 360 down at the minute. I would like to. I'd be happy if I could double my money today and just be 160 down. Yeah, I agree with that. My festival died on its arse on Wednesday. Tuesday I was doing all right. Yesterday was my bad day. My real bad day was yesterday. That's when I did the most. Tuesday, I was sitting quite good. Wednesday, I lost a lot because obviously the weather changed and I'd already put my bets on before the rain come. And when the truth is, Tuesday, Brazil got me out of the shit. Brazil got me my money back. So I had one winner, which was Brazil. I had 2 winners in total on Tuesday, but Brazil 10-1 got me out of the shit, and I broke even. Wednesday, I never touched it. Never got close. I had one horse that touched off, and that was Fast or Slow. It got done a short head in the end, but that was a separate kind of bet. But that at 18-1, that got touched off. But other than that, and then yesterday, oh, for God's sake, I'll tell you what, honestly, I couldn't pick my own nose yesterday, let alone pick a winner. And my football weren't much better because, you done Toronto's flyer for the Gold Cup. Yeah, fair enough. To be honest, my football weren't much better because I did Juventus. How can Juventus lose? How can you? Yeah, got beat by a 50-1 shot though, didn't it? How can Juventus lose 3-0 at home? I mean, come on, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable. That's just my luck. That was the way my luck was. You know, there were odds on to win. I mean, even if Stu D come on here, he couldn't justify that fucking result. You know, Juventus losing, sorry. It was unbelievable. So even my football went arse up. It was good to see West Ham win and get through. It's always good to see. I love to see British sides doing well in Europe. I always love to see British sides. Even Rangers, they got through. You know what I mean? I always love to see British sides do well in Europe. All British sides except for Manchester United. You know, any British side doing well is fine by me except for Manchester United. I want them knocked out of everything. I want Manchester United booted out of everything. Well, Premier League teams kicking ass in Europe, all except for Man U. Man U are the only ones that Yeah, international week. Yeah, international friendlies and whatever. Yeah, that's not this week. That's next week, isn't it? We got. I do believe this week it's the FA Cup sixth round this week, and also a few league games. I know we've got Brentford on Sunday, but there are FA Cup sixth rounds. I mean, Nottingham Forest have got Liverpool. I'll just have a look. 1 minute. Oh, I read something today. I was amazed at. Anyone? Yeah, ABU. Anybody but United. I was amazed to read something today. Lampard. Did anybody see that last night? Lampard. He broke his hand when he was celebrating Everton's winner. He broke his hand. He punched the wall or punched whatever that hard that he actually broke his hand. That's when winning means so much to somebody. That he actually punched the wall or whatever he punched and broke his hand. So the Friday deadline for the sale of Chelsea is approaching. The official deadline to purchase the West London Premier League club is 9 o'clock tonight. Although some final bids are likely to be submitted into the weekend, as known parties are to ask for more time. There's still more than 20 interested parties, but the number of confirmed bids is likely to be 10 to 15. Chelsea, with the American investment firm Rain Group handling the sale, will make a shortlist next week, with the preferred bidder then requiring government approval, which will involve proving the source of funds and where the money goes next. Any sale will also need to be signed off by the Premier League's owners and directors. The asking price for the reigning Champion League and Club World Cup champions is said to be around about the 3 billion. Now, when you remember 3 billion, right? Now, he bought that club for 150 million pounds. It's now 3 billion, the asking price. So there's a consortium led by ex-Liverpool chairman, the Ricketts family, who own Major League Baseball team, the Chicago Cubs, a Swiss billionaire, a London-based investment firm, British multimillionaire businessman Nick Candy, a Turkish billionaire, there's a US billionaire, Philadelphia 76ers owner who has a stake in Crystal Palace, New York Jets owner, and a Saudi Arabian-based consortium. That's who's interested in buying it. So yeah, plenty of dough being flied around there, isn't there? 3 billion for a club that you bought for 140 million. The big draw today is at 1:45 for who we play in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. We'll end up with Roma. We'll end up with Roma in the quarterfinals. But, hey ho. It's only our European history consists of, I think, 6 times we played in Europe. I think 3 times. No, hang on, let's get this right. I think it's 6 times we played in Europe. I think it's 6 times. 6 times. 6 times. We won the Mickey Mouse Cup twice, so we played in Europe both times then. Won the league. Night Salute. I Like to Move It. Baronston Lad. Toronto Fryer. Dubai Quest. And El May and Cobbler's Dream. All right, okay then, Frosty. Fair enough. So Frosty, when are you thinking of going back to Thailand? When are you thinking of getting over there? If you don't want to say, I understand, but are you thinking of getting there this year or what? Yeah, but I don't know. Roma are just, well, I can't disagree with you, but I still don't fancy drawing them in the quarterfinals. But yeah, the draw is today. But yeah, as I was saying, I'll get back to what I was talking about. All right. So that protester that you've just been on about, the protester, the man who tied himself to the goalpost, it was to do with oil. Just Stop Oil T-shirt. So it was to do with oil. So would it be fracking? Is he protesting against fracking? But yeah, I saw that he zip tied his neck, fucking neck tie. Yeah, zip tied his neck to the goalpost. I'd have just fucking let him hang. I would have. Fuck him. I mean, if they'd have cut him when they were cutting him down, would they have been held responsible for that? Because the way all he has to do is struggle when you're trying to cut the zip tie off his neck. You can end up doing some damage to him. But yeah, that's what it was to do with. Something to do with Just Stop Oil. So. Where did I read that? I read something today or yesterday that Barcelona have all right, fair enough. Yeah, you read that. Can you read that, Danny?
Yeah.
So, they use bolt cutters. Oh, right, okay. Barcelona are trying to sign Marcus Rashford. He's on £200,000 a week. Fucking hell. Arsenal are going for Eden Hazard, the ex-Chelsea player, ex-Chelsea forward. Who else? Paul Pogba's going to let his Manchester United contract expire. He lost the plot after missing that penalty. I think, I mean, when he first burst into the Man U side, I thought he was actually a decent player. But I just think he's got too big a fucking... I just think he's got too big a fucking ego now. Yeah, I mean, I think he's, I saw him. I saw him kicking off with the fucking Man U fans. I just think he's fucking. You know what I mean? But then again, I think most of the fucking Man U lot are fucking egos are too big for their own fucking boots. But yeah. So any date when that will be coming through then, Frosty? Final settlement visa. Biometric card. Can't leave UK until it comes through. So May, June, towards the end. Been waiting since January. Yeah. Yeah, just everything at the minute in England is such a long process, as we've found out, haven't we? Hey, everything is long process in England. At the moment, I don't know where, I mean, they keep using the fucking excuses. Oh, well, we have been in a pandemic and, it can take about 3 months. It's like everything. You turn around, you talk about anything over here, and it's all, it can take 2 to 3 months. That's what they say. I mean, I'm not going to go into detail, but we're waiting on 2 things, and we've been waiting on them. Even just a confirmation we've been waiting over a month for. And they turn around, oh yeah, well, it's going to take this long, or it's going to take that long, or we're waiting on somebody else to do this. You do realise there's a pandemic. There was a pandemic for 2 years, and we're behind on everything, and we've got to catch up. And you don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. It's over now. It's over. The pandemic's over. Move on. I mean, I remember back in 2019, August 2019, when I was supposed to have had my hernia op, and that got cancelled because they lost me medical notes. And then I was supposed to have, sort of been referred again. And, since then I've heard nothing. But, there's people waiting for worse operations than my hernia. She was happy past. I tell you what, that UK test, somebody asked me that. I would have failed it. I definitely would have failed that UK test. That is fucking hell. That is not an easy test to take. So I bet she was happy passing that, because I couldn't have passed it. I definitely couldn't have passed it. But that's the thing. These. I don't mean it's horrible, but I'm damn sure you'd pass that UK test, because you'd just swap for it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because you're used to doing that, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You're used to just revision and everything. Yeah. But me, I'm lazy. I would definitely not pass it. And I'm bleeding. I am. I'm British, and I still won't pass it. Some of them questions are ridiculous. But yeah. Well, I'm expecting Kicks to come on today. I thought I'd be getting earache off him. Well, actually, he can't give me earache, can he? We did. She memorised all the. Yeah, but that's what I say. That's what I'm saying, Frosty. They do. I don't mean it horrible, but I don't know whether it's because we're too lazy to do it or just can't be bothered. But their mentality is to do this. Their mentality is they want something, they'll just do it. It's like, but me, I just couldn't be asked. But if you think to yourself, oh, I'll answer the question straight off. I remember there was a test. I remember when I took me, well, not my driving license, because when I took my driving license test, everything was different back then. Fucking so different. I remember I passed my driving test, which you couldn't do now, but I passed my driving test literally a week after turning 17, which you couldn't do now. You really couldn't do now, because you have to do the theory and all that. But back then you just got in a car. Oh, as you walked out the test centre, I don't know what it was like for any of you lot, but back when I took my driving test, I can remember you came out the test centre and he says, read that number plate down the road. You read the number plate, you got in the car, He'd put his seatbelt on. You drove round for an hour. You did a 3-point turn. You did an emergency stop. You did a reversing round a corner. They were the main 3 things you did. You didn't even do an hill start or a parallel parking or any of that shit. You just did the 3 things I've just said. They were the main 3, and then just road awareness. Using your mirrors all the time. Stand within the speed limit, driving driving on the right side of the road and shit like that. And then after you'd done that, you parked up outside the test centre. He asked you 2 questions, no, 3 highway code questions. One of them was always the stopping distance. And then he showed you 2 road signs, which he wanted you to identify. And then he told you there and then whether you passed or failed. And if your driving was okay, and you come to the little bit about the highway code and the road sign, he gave you he sort of pushed you in the right direction to answer the questions. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, your driving's okay, so we'll scrap round this highway code bit. But yeah, I remember that's what all it was. But somebody said that when I passed my test, you had somebody walking in front of you with a flag, with a white flag. Was it white or red flag back in the day? But no. And then when I took my coach driving test, that was virtually the same. Coach driving test was virtually the same. That consisted of driving the coach, but driving the coach, reversing it into a parking spot, general parking, driving, everything else. You went out for an hour, and as long as you could drive the coach all right, you never had an highway. You didn't have to do highway code questions, not for the test. And that was it. Passed the coach test or bus test, whichever you want to put it, the PSV, passenger service vehicle. Or no, PCV, I think it was called, passenger carrying vehicle. But anyway, whatever it was. So and that were it. So they were the 2 I passed. So simple enough. But now you have to jump through so many hoops to get your driving license. I prefer it in Thailand. In Thailand, what do you do to pass your driving test? What do you have to do? Just drive.
Yeah, make test.
Test.
Yeah, same as you.
Same as over here.
Yes.
So you have to drive on the road and do a written test as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you just drove on the road and got the way some Thais drive, you think they've never passed tests. Did you ever? Yeah, here's a question for you. Did you ever pass your motorbike test?
No, not motorbike.
You've never passed your motorbike test,
no.
But you ride a motorbike.
Yes.
But you don't have a motorbike license.
No.
So you don't have a motorbike license, but you ride a motorbike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But you've passed your car test.
Yes.
So you've passed your car test. You've not passed your motorbike test, but you ride a motorbike.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Is there anybody that you know? And I don't mean this funny. Straight question. Is there anybody you know that has actually passed a motorbike test that rides a motorbike? Any of your friends? Any of you? Because nobody seems to pass motorbike tests. They just get on a motorbike.
Yeah. If you see the police, it's just. If
they see the police, what? They just what?
Problem.
To see the police, it's just a problem. I've seen them. It's crazy. They're just motorbike tests now. What's one of them? I've been riding a bike since I was 5 years old. Why do I need a motorbike test? But yeah, I remember when we was at Christmas when we were up in Surrey, near where the village was. There was a police station, weren't there, on the dual carriageway. And I tell you something, the amount of people that turned round, because they only used to work. They used to work between certain times, sort of normally when it got a bit dark. And the amount of people that turned around and went back the opposite way when they knew that they were out, You know what I mean? Oh shit, we'll take the long way back to the village. I'm not going the short way because the coppers are out. But the fine's not heavy anyway, is it? It's not a big fine. No. Because what's his name get? Yeah, when we went up there on Christmas, I think of memories. The test was 150 plus another speaking test was another 150. Being measured down was another 150 and 2,500 to Embassy Home Office. It's freaking out. So you're looking at about $3,000 then. $3,000. Yeah, I remember the bloke the bloke who we travelled up with on Boxing Day. We shared a taxi to go up there on because we couldn't get a flight. So the only way we could get up was either to hire a car, which we didn't want to do because we already had a car up there, or to get a taxi. Now we got a taxi, $3,000 each time. Jesus Christ. We got a taxi up there and it was amazing. You couldn't do that in England because we got a taxi. It's 500 kilometers from Bangkok
to Surin.
Yeah.
Yes.
500 kilometers.
6 hours.
Yeah, 500 kilometers, 6-hour journey, and it cost us
3,500 baht.
no 2,500.
3,500.
Oh, 3,500 baht, £70. It cost us £70 for a 6-hour journey. The bloke came down from Surin, turned it round, and went straight back up with us. And that was in a big SUV. It was a Fortuner. Yeah. It would have been cheaper if we would have had a smaller vehicle, wouldn't it? But because we wanted a Fortuner, because me and the lad who were going up were both big lads, we wanted a Fortuner to go up in. It was £70 between us. 3,500 baht between us. We put 2,000 in each, gave him a 500 baht tip because it was worth it. You know what I mean? And he came down, he picked us up at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning and drove us back up. We couldn't fly up for that price. 2,000 baht each. We couldn't fly up.
Yeah, we just pay for one people 1,000 maybe was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't fly up. And we took a lot of they took a lot. No, they didn't take much luggage, did they? We did. Yeah. We took a lot of luggage up with us, but yeah. And the reason I said about that story, he hired a motorbike when he was there, and he got stopped by the police. There was him, his girlfriend, and 2 kids on the bike, 4 of them on the bike, and he got fined. He got fined 500 baht. No crash helmets. 4 on a bike, no crash helmets, and he got fined 500 baht. So what's that? 12 quid. £12 fine, on the spot fine for four up on a bike with no crash helmets. Oh, did he have no light? Yeah. How many's on that one?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. She just showed me a picture just now.
We have like that, okay? Next time.
Yeah, next time we go up. 7 people on a motorbike. 7 people.
Oh my God.
Anyhow, she's going to show me more. 2 people and 2 people and a cow. There's 2 people and a cow strapped to the back of the motorbike. What's he got up there? Chickens. Yeah. How many? Jesus. It's got about 50 chickens on there. Yeah. But a lot of people you
see a lot in Cambodia, huh?
Yeah, in Cambodia. Yeah, Cambodia's bad for motorbikes and people. Yeah, right. I think Cambodia was where I seen the most people on one bike. I actually saw. I've seen pictures of more people, but I actually saw a family of 6 on a motorbike, and they all look comfortable on it as well. But 6 people on a motorbike.
Thailand.
What? How many's there?
Not much, but funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't that. But none of them are Farangs, because you wouldn't have that many on if one of them was a Farang the size of us. I tell you. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about before, talking about if anybody wants to pop on and say hello, I'll put the link up. You're more than welcome. I don't think anybody will pop on. Nobody popped on yesterday, but if anybody does want to come on, you're more than welcome to pop on, say hello. We can talk about anything you want. Talk about Thailand. Talk about horse racing, football, cricket. Anything you want to talk about, we can talk about. The only thing I won't talk about is anything to do with drama. I'm not interested, don't want to know it. But anything else we can talk about. So if you want to pop on and speak, you're more than welcome. If not, I'll just carry on talking. But like I say, we're hoping to go back towards the end of May, beginning of June. We want to go back to Koh Samet, don't we? Yeah, we want to go back to Koh Samet. We're going to see a couple of people we met over there. Want to go back up to the village as well. Go and see my 2 dogs up there. My dogs.
My dog.
No, my dog.
My dog.
I've told you, Black Tongue belongs to me now. Black Tongue follows. Black Tongue follows me everywhere. I went. Yes, he does. I even go in the even.
No, because you give them food, you know.
Yeah, well, that's the best way to the best way to get a dog to be friendly with you is to give him food.
But they love me. Yeah,
They don't. Trust. He was telling me the last time we were up there. Black Tongue said he don't love you anymore. Yeah, you can have the other one anyway. The other one always smells.
Another one. What?
Not Black Tongue. He's the other one.
Yeah, another one is.
The other one's always dirty and stinks.
Yes.
You can have him.
No.
Yeah, I'll have Black Tongue because he's proper, but the other one stinks. And the little one, you can definitely keep the little one. They've got 3 dogs. They've got 2 golden retrievers, and then they've got this little shitty thing. What's it called?
Sunsilk.
Yeah, it's Sunsilk. It's named after a shampoo. So I call it shampoo because it's named after a shampoo, and it hates me. It growls at me, barks at me, doesn't like me at all. But Black Tongue, I tell you what, even when I come out middle of the night, come out the bedroom, need to go for a pee when we were staying with a mum and dad. Come out of the bedroom, need to go for a pee. I come out of the bedroom. What was the first thing I tripped over? The bleeding dogs. They are fast asleep. Then I find one that's actually in the toilet, just lying in the toilet. You have to climb over it to go toilet because it's sleeping on the cold floor in the toilet.
They like cold.
Yeah, they like the cold floor, don't they? But yeah, the hardest part is when you get them in the car and you can't get them out after.
They're too big.
Yeah.
Too big.
Yeah, but that one's always dirty.
Yeah, he likes to play all the time, you know.
Yeah, he loves your dad. He follows your dad everywhere. But like I say, if anybody wants to pop on, I mean, we're talking about us now, but if anybody wants to pop on and talk about horse racing, just don't talk about the last 3 days.
I miss Chinatown.
You miss Chinatown because the last 3 days I've had an absolute nightmare. For anybody who's interested, you know, I'm first to admit, I'll tell you when I win money and I'll tell you when I lose money. And yeah, I've lost a lot of money this week. I'm down about 360 quid this week. But I budget for Cheltenham. I have so much money each day to bet with, which I budget for. So, you know, there's an old saying, only gamble what you can afford to lose. So, you know, I'm not lost as much as I'd budgeted for, but I still hate to be 300. I need to get out of jail. I need to have a few winners today. And the reason I need a few winners today is because last week she made a cheesecake, and when she made the cheesecake, she blew the mixer up. So I had to go out and buy a new mixer because she blew the mixer up. She then made some Thai meatballs at the weekend. Did you do that at the
Yeah, I
weekend?
did.
Last weekend she made some Thai Monday or Tuesday. She made some Thai meatballs. She blew my blender up. It was on fire. There was smoke billowing out my blender. So then she's just informed me today that she's blew up the new mixer. So trying to make a banana cake. So she's tried to make 2 cakes and some meatballs, and she's blew up 2 mixers and a blender. So I need to win some money so I can go out and buy yet another mixer, which I think I'm going to go and get in after I finish this live stream. I will go to the we'll go to the thingy and get one. So I'll have to buy another blender. And not a blender. I'm not buying another blender. We'll buy another mixer. So we'll go there and buy another mixer and see if I can keep it so that she don't blow this one up. Stay tuned, because she might blow this up making the banana cake again. But yeah, I don't know what anybody else, anybody else has this trouble. I know Dan was telling me, who lives in America, he was telling me that his wife's gone through about 6 blenders. The one I owned was actually an industrial blender. It wasn't, I mean, I don't mean it funny, but it wasn't cheap, and I've used it many, many times when I was on my diet and everything. I used it to crush ice. I used it for a lot of different things. Never had a problem with it at all. She uses it and blows the bleeder up. It's still not, I think if I switched it on now, it'd still be smoking, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, she's done and I thought she'd actually NutriBullet. No, I didn't actually. I'm glad I didn't, Dave, because if she'd have blown that one up, if she'd have blown one of them up, I would have been upset with her. But no, it was just a big blender I bought. I used it to make milkshakes and all different things when I was, frappes when I was on my diet, just energy drinks or whatever, just to keep yourself ticking over, because I was cutting down on my food intake. And she blew the bleeder up, and she's blew a couple of mixers up. One was brand new. Both of the mixers were brand new. I bought one. That's true, yeah. The first mixer you blew it up within an hour of me buying it. I had to take it back.
Yeah.
And then the second one you blew up was less than a week old, and you blew that one up.
Yeah, your dog.
My dog, yeah. So you blew up 2 brand new mixers and an older blender. Great. So if anybody can recommend a brand of mixer that seems to be Thai women proof, I'd be very grateful, because it looks like no matter which one I seem to be buying, she seems to be able to blow up. So if anybody knows of any that are sort of bulletproof, let's just call them bulletproof. Oh, we want a mixer, don't we, that's bulletproof. Yeah. She says to me, I love baking cakes, but nobody ever eats them. No, nobody eats them, because you never finish making them, because you blow the pissing blenders up. Ow! What do you do that for? I tell you what, if your horses win today, you can buy the pissing mixer yourself. Oh no, what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Yes, you are. Show me.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Look.
Oh, TikTok. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, looks like nobody actually does want to come on and speak to me, but I'll keep talking.
Yeah, you talk.
I talk.
Yeah. Talk with yourself, okay?
Talk with myself,
Yeah.
yeah. I talk to myself.
I'm here.
You're here, but you're not talking with me, so I
No.
talk to myself.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So what did you say? You missed Chinatown?
I mean, you know the seafood restaurant.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah,
That was.
very nice.
We went. Yeah, we went. Chinatown. What was the name of that restaurant? What was it?
T&K.
T and K.
Yeah, T&K.
T and K seafood restaurant.
Very nice. Very popular.
Oh, it weren't. It wasn't expensive.
No, it's not.
But Jesus
was
Christ, you should have
fresh.
seen
Yeah,
the
seafood.
prawns were fresh. It's like 4 stories, literally 4 floors, and you go up these rickety steps to get up. But it's only open at night, isn't it?
Yes, evening.
It's only open at evening, but
Yeah, very nice.
yeah. Frosty says best warn the fire brigade and the electricity company if you're going to make another cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also take out insurance on the no, just take the bleeding thing back. Yeah, no, just take it back if it blows up. I don't tell them that. Don't you miss that? What was that? What was that place that we went to? You went to a lot on Koh Samet. What was that called?
The restaurant, right?
Yeah, you know which one I mean, don't you?
The first one when we arrived.
No, the one on Koh Samet, the one that you went to where you used to get your own meat and then cook it. Koh Samet, up by the temple.
No, what do you mean?
You went there 4 or 5 times, and you can't remember which one I'm talking about.
No.
Where they did the barbecue.
Koh Samet or Hua Hin?
Koh Samet.
I don't remember.
You not remember eating there?
No. Oh, yeah.
She suddenly remembered. She only went there 5 or 6 times, but she suddenly remembered.
Yeah, the buffet there.
Yeah, the buffet. Yeah, there's a place on Koh Samet. You turn up towards the temple and it's on the right-hand side. And that wasn't expensive, was it?
Cheap. 200 for one.
200 baht, weren't it, per person?
Yeah.
And what the...
I went to Chinatown.
Yeah, that's right, Frosty. Yeah, it was. But what? Yeah, they brought out like this grill with this bowl in the middle that you do your soup in, don't you? Mm. And then they've got all the prawns, the liver, the kidneys, the chicken, the pork, and everything in the fridge. And you just go up, get what meat you want, and just bang it on this barbecue thing. And you could eat as much as you want. You could literally sit there for 2 or 3 hours and just eat as much as you want. It was 200 baht per person, and she loved it. She would. I mean, you like that anyway, didn't you? Because you had that up. We had that up in Surin as well, and we went there. We must have gone there 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
Mm.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, a lot. Oh, excuse me a minute. Hold on a minute, lads. I'm just going to answer a call. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Somebody ringing me. Yeah, yeah, that Thai barbecue. I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical of it because there's some places you go to. I remember we were up in Surrey and we went to one there, and I just feel like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like how long's the meat been sitting out? Is it really that fresh? Is it been sitting out all day and all night in the heat and everything? But I've got to be honest. I have had a few of them, and I've never had a dicky stomach. So it's never given me. I've never had food poisoning or the shits or anything like that. So I guess it's okay. I'm just skeptical about it. But she loves it, don't you? You
Yes.
love them. And when we're in Bangkok, we go for Korean.
13. Start 13.
You were very sick once eating it. That was, what did you do? You just banged your head. Frosty said he was very sick once eating it.
Stomach, right?
Yeah. But yeah, when we go Korean, and we go Soi 13. There's a first floor. Just below it is an Indian street food takeaway, fast food place, an Indian fast food place. And then up above it is this Korean buffet. And I tell you what, it is really, really nice. I think if memory serves me right, it's 399 baht. No, yes, it is 399 baht per person.
1.5 hour.
Yes, you can eat for 1.5 hours, but you have to eat whatever you pick. You have to eat. So if you take it over to you, yeah, they charge you. They charge you 100 baht if there's any left. So if in other words, they don't want food to waste.
So 12 also night. So 12 Korean barbecue.
Oh no, Koreatown. You mean the one on Koreatown?
Yeah, Koreatown.
Yeah. Hello, Justin. You all right, mate? Yeah, Koreatown. That one there. That's nice as well. That Korean barbecue there. But yeah, that's where we go. But them Thai barbecues, I don't know. I'm very skeptical as to how long the food's been left out for. But yeah, when we were on Koh Samet, we went there a few times, didn't we? Yeah. So, and we've had them up in, but when they do it up in Surrey, I don't know. To me, they're just sort of it's like a wheel up. They just chuck a wheel up over the top of some coals and just let you. And then you just whack your food around the outside of it. To me, it don't look that. But we went a couple of times. Yeah, but you love it. So
yeah, Thai people love it.
You love it. So, but yeah. So, like I say, I'm hoping to Koh Samui, looking at hotels in Koh Samui. I tell you the truth, Justin, I've never been Koh Samui. We were going to go to Koh Samui where the last time I was there, but we never made it. So I've never been to Koh Samui. But I like now, because I went, now I like Koh Samet. I do like Koh Samet. We went there. We spent 6 days there. People say it's quiet, but I just like the quiet. You know what I mean? You can get a drink. You can go to a bar. They've got 7-Elevens on the island. They've got plenty of restaurants. They've got an Amazon. It's all within walking distance. But we like to hire a motorbike and sort of travel around the island a bit, don't we? Go to different bays and different beaches. And we found one beach at one end of the island, and we were the only people on that beach. It was brilliant.
Yeah, and the security.
Yeah, just as a security guard, it was great. So yeah, I do like Koh Samet. Like I say, this time it was the first time I'd ever been. But yeah, we'll definitely be going again. Definitely be going again. So, and we'll probably go for little bit longer than just the 6 days, I think. Yeah. You want to go there for a month? If you go there, hang on, if you go there for a month, you will be bored.
I'm not bored.
You will be bored. I drove over a snake in Koh Samet. We seen
a lot.
We seen a lot of snakes, didn't we?
Yeah, die.
Yeah, a lot of snakes in the middle of the road, dead in Koh Samet. I tested positive yesterday. Felt like shit on Tuesday. Laid up till yesterday. Just feel like a cold now. Why are you testing? I don't mean that horrible. I'm just asking a question. Why are you testing? Because you don't have to anymore, do you? So why are you testing? I mean, me personally, I haven't tested since I came back. I came back and I had to do a 1-day test, but I haven't tested since then. So, you know, I refuse point blank to test. They're not sticking another pissing swab up my nose, I tell you. Did you see, Justin? Did you see that they've stopped the? Oh right, fair enough, Justin. Did you see they've now stopped this? They said today they're phasing out the 72-hour PCR test. You don't need a PCR test before you leave England. They're phasing that out. So it was announced today, apparently, according to her. She's just told me that they've announced that. That's all she managed to tell me. I don't know whether they've done anything to the bars or the nightclubs or anything, but the one thing she did say is that they phased out the PCR test to travel. I did, however, I think that's crazy. Yeah, well, if you like you said before, they're not going to phase the other one out, are they? So, all right, the missus had to have a PCR test due to hospital appointments. Yeah, I understand it for that, but I'm just saying it's just, you know, I mean, I won't test. I tested when I came back, and that was it. I don't intend to test again. You know, I'll have to do the one. Looks like I'll have to do a test when I get over there. So if I fly, I'll have to test. Simple as that. But yeah, so, but like I said before, I'll keep talking about football, but I'll keep talking about this. But going back to the football, good win for us. Oh, hang on, I've seen something pop up. I will take the free PCR test 2 weeks before. 2 weeks, is that before you go? Is that 2 weeks before you go? Or if anybody wants to pop on, you're more than welcome. Talk about sport, talk about the football from last night. If anybody watched Leicester City, Jesus Christ, were we hanging on in the last 10 minutes? They bombarded us in the last 10. I didn't realise, and it proves how ignorant I am, but I did not realise that away goals no longer count in Europe. They stopped it this season. I did not know that. I had no idea that away goals do not count in Europe anymore. Because I was thinking, like, you know, we scored, they went 1-0 up and then we equalised. And I thought, right, that's great. They've got to score 4 times to go through. I didn't realise that, the away goal don't count. So if they'd have scored twice, we'd have gone to extra time and then penalties. I didn't realise that. I thought it was just like, you know, the away goal counts as 2 if the scores are level. So yeah. Justin, I will say this, and I don't know, I know this is true, but there's a certain person, I'm going to name him, called Don B. You know him, Don B. He had COVID 4 weeks ago. might have been 5 weeks ago now, he had COVID. And he flies out, he'll be flying now. He's in the air now, flying to Thailand. He did his PCR test, his 72-hour PCR test, and he got his result back yesterday, 24 hours ago, because he came on my live stream yesterday and said that it was negative. And he definitely had COVID 5 or 6 weeks ago. So I know what you're saying, but he had COVID 5 or 6 weeks ago, and he was still planning to go. And he's tested now. PCR test was negative yesterday, and he's on his way to Bangkok now via Singapore. So, you know, I know what you're saying, Justin. I'm not saying, but I can only go on what he's, you know, what he done. He definitely was tested. He definitely had COVID 5 or 6 weeks ago. I could give you the exact date if I looked, because he did send me a message when he had it. So I could give you the exact date, but if I said 5 to 6 weeks ago, I don't think I'd be far off. And he had his PCR test yesterday, and it was negative. So, but yes, he arrives. He said if I do a live stream this time tomorrow, so he might actually be at the airport now. I'm not sure, because he said if I did a live stream this time tomorrow, he'll be in his hotel. 8 o'clock Bangkok time. He'll be doing his one night of quarantine. So I'm not going to name his hotel, even though I do know it. And I'm hoping when he comes on, because he said if I do a live stream, he'll pop on. But I'm hoping he doesn't name his hotel either. But he's there for one night. So, but he's either in transit or he's at the airport. But he's one or the other now, because in 24 hours' time, he'll be in Bangkok. But I know he is stopping off in Singapore on the way through. So, but there's been I see what you mean about the test in Thailand, because there has been a lot of false yeah, there's been a lot of false readings, isn't there? Some false tests, false positives. I think I know a couple have had false positives on there when they've done the one to leave. Yeah, you said you had, yeah, but you know, I don't. What I think it is, I don't think. I think his first night is there, but he's quite happy. He's in a. I don't think he's that bothered, to be honest, Justin. I know he said he was staying in a 5-star hotel for his first night, so I don't think he's that bothered. I think he'd rather spend the night in the hotel. I know where it is, and it is a very, very nice hotel. So, but yeah, hopefully be free from it. A question then, Justin, if you don't mind me asking. You've paid 2,000 baht more for the 3-hour PCR test. Do you still have to pay for the night in the hotel? Or do you just pay for, you know, is it like, do you understand what I'm asking? So even if you don't spend the night in the hotel, have you still paid for it? 5,800 baht, just stay in the hotel for 3 hours. Fucking hell. Bastard. I'd definitely, yeah, Thai time, Justin. So you'll be out by 12 o'clock. I'll tell you what. Fucking hell. If I remember correctly, I paid 22,000 baht. I think it was 22,000 baht for 8 nighs in a quarantine hotel. 22,000 baht. So on that reckoning of 5,800, fucking hell, say 6,000 baht. If I'd have stayed there for 8, you know, it cost me a fortune. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I weren't in that hotel. But yeah, I think I paid 22,000 for 8 nights. when I went over, and that included 2 tests. Yeah, so yeah, tight timing. I mean, from what I'm hearing off most people who did that, who's done the 1-day test, they're pretty sharpish on the to get you out. You know, especially I suppose as to get the test back and get you out, because most were leaving first thing in the morning. When I left, I got a call at 6:30 in the morning saying I could leave, and I checked out at 7 o'clock in the morning. But that was, like I say, that was after 8 days. I'll just be glad. I tell you what, I'll be glad of the days when you don't have to do any test and you can just fly over. And like, I think it was you I was talking to, Justin, and I think you said it. I think the Thailand pass is not a bad thing, and I think that will stay. I agree with you when you said it should stay, because certain things on the Thailand pass, at least they don't know that you are insured, because you have to be insured on the Thailand pass. So yeah, I think the Thailand pass should stay, but I think they should get rid of the 1-day quarantine. But how much of that 5,800 goes to the government? Give them a tip. No, don't give them a fucking horse tip, though. Whatever you do not give them an horse tip. Give them a tip when you arrive, yeah. So if it's 5,800 baht to stay in that hotel, so how much would it be for 2 people to stay? I mean, would it be much more? Because obviously you're paying for another PCR test, but you're not paying for another room here. So it'll probably be about 6,400. Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't give them one of my horse tips. Fucking hell. Definitely not. Well, in an hour's time, we will find Leicester City. We'll find out who they've got in the quarterfinals of the Mickey Mouse European Cup. They're reviewing the PCR test on arrival in the next meeting in May, according to reports today. Right, okay. So you never know, Justin. You might. Oh no, hang on. When are you going? Oh no. I don't want to name when you're going, but if it was early May, you never know. You might not have to stay in an hotel at all. So you might get a refund. Me, I'm not planning to go until late May, beginning of June. I will always delay by 3 or 4 days and leave in June if it's because I remember I flew out when I flew over there last time. I flew out the 17th of October. Or did I arrive on the 17th? Anyway, I flew out 16th or 17th of October. I got out of quarantine on the 25th of October, and it changed on the 1st of November. So for them extra 5 days that I had out, they cost me about 22,000 baht just to have them extra 5 days, and 8 days of being stuck in a room. If I'd have waited till November the 1st, I would have just done 1 day. Just one day. Thailand pass, 1 day quarantine, and then out. But I didn't, and I ended up doing 8 days. So dropping it in May. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if they drop it in May, I intend to fly out, or we are hoping to fly out towards the end of May, beginning of June. So if they drop it in May, then we'll fly out. If they say call it for the 1st of June, then we'll fly out the 1st of June. I'm not going to fly out in May just to do a 1-day test if it's only going to save us, if we only have to wait a week for them to drop it. So yeah, also when we're looking at going anyway, and then come back, and then the next time when she goes for the next visa, she'll be going for a spouse visa, not a thingy visa, not a visitor's visa. She'll actually be applying for a spouse visa. So I don't know. I know that's more difficult to get, but it's a longer visa. Yeah, I will do. By the looks of it, Justin, I probably will be there when you're there. So I will let you know so you can avoid me. You know, so it definitely looks like I will be there when you're there. But I know there's another person from Australia that wants to avoid you as well, a bloke called Kangaroo. He'll be there when you're there as well. So yeah, so if everything goes according to plan, yeah, our next visa will be a spouse visa. So I've been informed anyway. I don't think I had a say in that. I think I got told it's going to be a spouse visa. Yes, I heard that. I heard you was a bad influence on him and he was a bad influence on you. I think you're blaming each other. All I know is that at 3 a.m. Thai time, you rang me and neither of you could speak properly. You were riding around in a tut-tut and both of you was absolutely pissed with another bloke who kept singing about Waltzing Matilda. Well, Frosty, I hope they all finish second to mine. I hope every one of them finishes second to mine. Yeah, I'll take that one in the 4:10. You got that's the same one as I've picked. I think. Hang on a minute. I think the 10-5 is the same as me as well. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. No, it's not. No, it's not. I did look at it, but no, it's not the same as me. But the 4:10. What price did you get on that Dubai Quest, Frosty? I got 9-1. I got 9-1 Dubai Quest. Oh, you ain't heard, are you, Justin? Right? She 2 weeks ago she baked a cake, a cheesecake. All right, just thought I'd tell you this very quickly. 2 weeks ago she baked a cheesecake. She blew because I'm not used to, I don't do any baking myself. We went out and bought a mixer, right? So she could mix all the ingredients up, and she blew the bleeder up. Within an hour of bringing the mixer home and plugging it in, she blew it up. She burnt the motor out on the mixer. So that was when she tried to make a cheesecake. So I took the mixer back and we got another one, a more industrial mixer. So anyway, last week she says, I want to make some Thai meatballs. So I says, oh, okay then. So she says, I'll use the blender to ground the mince down. So I says, yeah, okay then, whatever. And yeah, he did. He had that winner, Joe. Yeah, he did, because you got fourth, didn't you, with Nurse Susan? Anyway, she blew the blender up. I've walked into the kitchen. There's smoke everywhere. It was like somebody was in there smoking 60 fags. There was smoke everywhere, bellowing out. And she went, oh, I think the blender's packed up. Packed up? The fucking thing was on fire. Literally on fire. I had to put it outside. So that was the cheesecake. She blew the mixer up. The meatballs, she blew the blender up. So today, I've come back today, walked in. She's turned around to me and she says, I tried to make a banana cake today I tried to make a banana cake today, and I've blown the mixer up again. Haven't you? Haven't you?
Yes.
Yes, she's blown the new mixer up. So now I've got to take that back and go out and buy another mixer. So in the 3 attempts, 2 to make cake and 1 to make meatball, she's blown 3 gadgets up. God help us. Honestly, God help us. So if anybody can name a mixer that's actually bulletproof, I would like to know, please, because she keeps blowing the pissing things up. Good girl. I'm not joking. Honestly, Justin, I'm not making it up, am I? You have blown them up, ain't you? Just
You proud, right? Because I can't make it.
I'm proud. I'm not proud of the look, Joe. Look. See, Justin.
Banana cake.
No, Justin above it. JS.
Yeah.
He says that's funny. Good girl for blowing it
I
up.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, blowing up the thing. Joe says banana cake with no bananas. No.
We have banana.
We have banana, don't we? It's carrot cake with no carrots because she doesn't like carrots. So carrot cake is going to be made with orange chilies. But banana cake will be made with bananas, won't it?
Yes.
Yes. You'll make banana cake with bananas. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we've got to go and buy a new mixer now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Banana is brown now. You know, we have to make.
The bananas are brown now. They're not yellow. By the Celtic. Honestly, I thought the last one we got was a decent one. I genuinely did. And when I come back today and she said I've blown it up, I changed the fuse. I thought, oh, she just would have blown the fuse up. No, she's blown the pissing thing up. That if I recorded the blender was literally smoke. It was bellowing smoke out of the motor. Honestly, the bearings in the blender must have gone completely. I don't know what she was trying to do, but it was. Ugh. Did you ever blow up the mixers and the blenders back in Thailand? No.
Only here.
Only here. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. But I must admit, when she finally did make the cheesecake was very, very nice. Honestly. The problem is that I shouldn't be eating it, because I've got to lose some weight. But, it was really nice. And the Thai meatballs, I don't know, they were nice, but they were weird. It was ground beef, corn flour. What was the ingredients in the meatballs?
Corn.
Ground beef.
With what?
The meatballs. What were in it?
Corn flour.
Baking powder.
Pepper.
Pepper. Sauce.
MSG.
MSG. Beef.
Sugar.
A little bit of sugar.
And ice.
All right, that's okay. I mean, the thing is, Joe, if she's going to use it regular, then it's not going to make no difference. Frosty's put his horses up. There's his horses. They're all going to finish second to mine, Joe, because I need the win, because I'm £360 down on the week. So I need the win. I had an absolute nightmare day yesterday. And I need the win today. I'm losing a fortune. But it was nice to see West Ham win, by the way, and get through. So, but she's had a bet. I'll tell you what, I'll put her horses up. These are her horses. They are. So you can all laugh at her horses, but these are the ones she's picked. Where are they? Let me find them. And find hers. These are her horses. So if these win, she can buy her own bloody, her own, what's it called? Her own mixer if these horses win. Now, there's no method behind her, what she picks. She just picks them. But the way my horses have been running, just picking them might actually work. And the last one is this one, I think. Yeah. So these are the ones she's picked. I'll stick them up. There you go. There's her horses. So, but yeah, like I say, I'll pick a. I will get a decent. We'll go down today and buy another one because she wants to make this banana cake. So she sent me out. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah, how about this? I've just watched the Leicester game last night. Right now, I'm trying to lose weight, so you have to take that on board. That I'm actually trying to lose weight. So I just watched the Leicester game last night. It was about 7:45, and I was about to settle down and watch the West Ham game. So she turns around to me. She says, I fancy a pizza. So I says, you what? So she says, I fancy a pizza. So I says, oh, okay then. All right, fair enough. Just carried on watching. So she says, well, can't you go and get me one? So I says, you what? Can't you go and get me a pizza? I want a pizza. So I says, yeah, all right then. So I gets my coat on. And hold on a minute. I'll read that in a minute. Right. So, Frosty, you're not going to be happy with that text I've just received. I will read it out in a second. I'll just finish this story and then I'll read that text out. Frosty, you're not going to be happy, mate, but I will tell you. I will read it out in a second. So anyway, can you go and fetch me a pizza? So I said, yeah, go on then. So puts my coat on, trots out, nothing. Trots out, gets her a pizza, right? So I gets her a pizza, 9-inch pizza. She wanted double pepperoni with mushrooms. So I comes back with it. How much of that pizza did you eat last night? One slice, wasn't it? One. I saw it this morning. One slice. That was it. In actual fact, it probably wasn't a full slice. It was like there was still some of the first slice. What you done with it now? You threw it away?
No, I take today. I usually.
Oh, you'll eat it today. So she ate one slice of the pizza. That was it. One slice. I'd gone out in the cold to go and get her a pizza, missed the first 25 minutes of the West Ham game to get her a pizza, and she eats one slice of it. I've just had a text off of Andy. This is for Frosty. This text is for Frosty. I've just had a text off Andy. He says he can't pop on, but thank Frosty for me regarding his tips. He's backing them now. He's putting his bets on now on the same horses. So, Frosty, your horses have got no chance now because Andy's just copying your bets and putting his bets on himself now. So, sorry, mate, your horses have just lost because they now got Andy betting on them as well. So, there you go, Frosty. That's the message I've just received. That Andy is copying your bets. I'm glad he's copying your buggers. That's another reason I've not put mine up there, just in case the sod copies mine, because he is jinxed. Absolutely jinxed. I remember there was an horse running 1-4. Horse running 1-4. Couldn't get beat. Could not get beat. Andy puts his money on it, and he got pissed on. I did have an early bet on, which I bet early in the week on Teddy Blue. It is now down to 16s, was 28s, was sent it. The guy that sent it got 50s. Gutted. Fuck off, Andy. Yeah, so obviously he is listening, and he's just said that, yeah, he's backed the same horses as you. I'm glad I didn't name them. I'm glad I didn't name the horses. At least there's one thing, darling, you haven't got Andy backing your horses, because he is rubbish at backing horses. If he puts his money on the horses, they will fall. You do know, Frosty actually done you a favour, because you know that one that was 20 lengths clear going over the last fence? Andy backed it. That's why it fell at the last, because Andy backed it. He actually had a bet, one bet yesterday, and that was on that horse, 20 lengths clear, going over the last fence, jumped the last fence, didn't hit the last fence, jumped the last fence, and slipped on landing and fell over. Joe said he's done that same horse because his grandson's name's Teddy. So yeah, that was the only bet he had yesterday. Genuinely, that was the only bet he had yesterday, was on that odds-on favourite that fell at the last in a 4-horse race. So yeah, so I'd be cashing out. I would definitely be cashing out. He had a 1-4 shot that got beat. He's not having much luck. I'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to get a drink.
I put a lot.
Yeah, I think you have put a lot. God almighty, I've just been into the kitchen and she's just prepared her lunch. And I walked in, and you know, like when it's that spicy and that there's that much chili that it literally goes up your nose and makes your eyes water, you know, and you're trying to, it makes you sneeze because it's that thingy. And I've just walked in there, and she's actually turned around to me and says, "Oh yeah, it's very spicy." Her auntie sent her some chilies, and they are very spicy chilies, aren't they?
No, they give me.
Oh, she gave you them before you came over, yeah?
Yeah.
Her auntie gave her some chilies, and they are spicy chilies, aren't they?
Very spicy.
Yeah, very spicy. Now, as you know, if a Thai person says they're very spicy, then they are worse. Andy, please tell me you ain't back mine. You're jinxed. Well, I haven't had a text off him to say he hasn't backed yours. The only text I received is genuinely can't pop on, but thank Frosty for me regarding his tips. Putting the horses, the bets on now. So as far as I know, he has backed your horses. What you don't want to hear, Frosty, is that he turns around and says he's backed that fucking Teddy. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear that he's backed Teddy Blue as well, because if he pops on and says he's backed Teddy Blue, you might as well rip your slips up, rip them up and start again. But then again, you got Joe's on it as well, so you might as well rip it up because Joe's jinxed and all. So, but yeah, he yesterday he backed that horse, and the first race, 20 lengths clear, going over the last fence. Frosty was on the second horse. The second horse was treading water. It was absolutely knackered. It could not. There was no way that second horse. There was no way. Even Rachel said, the jockey, even she turned around and said there was no way that could have won. Never in a month of Sundays. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the horse jumped the fence, but could not land the landing. Just could not land the landing. And I've just watched your horse win again, that Love Envy or whatever it was. 40-1 winner in the 5:30. And it won going away. Fucking 40-1 winners. They're the ones you dream of, aren't they? Just watching, I've just put the racing on. So, I don't like that hat. She probably don't like my hat, but I don't like that hat. Looks like somebody's just got a bit of blancmange and stuck it on the side of her head. That's how, darling, that's how you have to dress if you go there. Look, like that. Okay, you're not see. You have to wear trilby hat and big coat. So 3 miles and about two. I love that. 3 miles and about 2.5 furlongs. You are struggling to speak, aren't you? Because it's so spicy.
Yeah.
And you've put MSG in it as well, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Why do they put MSG in everything? Right, anyway, I'll stay on for the first race because there's a few people had bets on the first race. So I'll stay on for the first race and then I'm going to go after that because I want to switch. I'll switch to BT Sport after the first race because I want to catch the draw for see who Leicester end up with in the quarterfinal and the semi-final. I'm thinking of sticking to. All right. You can't, Dave. I'm sorry, you can't. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. I do not care if you cannot not watch Cheltenham or not have a go at Cheltenham. At the end of the day, it's Cheltenham, Punchestown. You just have to have a go at them. They're the two race meetings. What you have to? You took it away. I didn't.
Hmm?
You took it.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. No. There. Didn't you take it over there?
No.
Well, what are you doing with it then? Are you cold?
A bit.
Little bit. You've just had red hot chili and you're cold. Your horse is running in this race. What are you laughing at? You've just, I don't know. Your horse is running in this race. Hey? It must have been hot because she's really suffering now. Your horse, you have done. Yeah, no chasing her out. Just get on with it. You, Phil Door in the first, okay? That's what you've done. If that wins, yeah. If all your 4 wins, you can buy a mixer. You can buy a new mixer, okay? No chasing around. Just that's what you have to wear when you go.
Mm.
You can wear that
For what?
to go there.
Really?
Yeah, you have to get dressed up like that with hats and
Sure.
yeah. Look at them and behind them. They're all
Oh
wearing them.
yeah, many.
Yeah, many. Yeah. Maybe next year we'll go there. Yeah, we'll go on the Tuesday. That'll be an experience. Maybe next year. Maybe next year, we can get your mum and dad over here for this time of the year and take your dad. Take your dad there. Take your dad there. Yeah, you can have a gamble. Can have a gamble. Well, anyway, I'll stay on air. I'll stay live streaming till the end of this race, and then there you go. Somebody's picked it. Pick your horse. Pick the one that you've done. 13-2. What price did you get?
My God.
What?
Burned my tongue.
You burn your tongue. You know something. You know when you do this food and it's so hot.
My stomach hot now.
Your stomach's hot. So you burnt your tongue and your stomach's hot. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So when you do this food and it's so hot that it's actually hurting you, why don't you just stop eating it or not make it so spicy?
Because I won,
You want to burn yourself. You want to burn your tongue. You want to burn your stomach. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I just don't understand the logic behind that. I remember Frosty's first tip I bet on. They had to shoot the horse. Actually, Andy, I'll tell you something.
Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
Oh, my boyfriend.
Yeah, your boyfriend, Andy. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you something, Andy. Joking apart, the first horse on the Tuesday that she bet on, the very first horse she bet on, got put down in the first race. So you're not far off the mark there because she picked one horse and it got put down. So. Yeah, see, you'll wear hats. Oh,
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I know.
and drink champagne.
Also, we have to drink champagne also.
You have to drink champagne also, yeah, and wear a silly hat. You see, is it still burning you?
Yeah. You want a kiss?
No, I don't want to kiss. Not with you. Not with that amount of chili in your mouth. I don't want to kiss.
What time are you out?
We go out after this first race at about where are we going? Oh, you mean to get the mixer?
Yeah, I want to make cake today.
Okay, we go out before 2:00 to get the mixer. Yeah,
I make 2 cakes.
you make 2 cakes.
Mm.
Okay. You try not to blow this mixer up, please.
I try, okay?
You try. You've blown three gadgets up so far. Please do not blow any more up.
I promise.
Otherwise, I blow this up. No one's shaking my hand saying I promise. Just don't blow the bloody Jesus. Buy 2 mixes. Yeah, she's making 2 cakes, so buy 2 mixes. Yeah.
No, maybe we have a big one.
Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah, buy the big one. Yeah, big industrial one this time. Yeah.
I don't know why it's just burn.
It just burned. You not know why it just burned?
No.
Maybe did you try to put too much, like when you burnt the motor on the blender?
No, I don't do that.
You hang on. When you burnt the motor on the blender, you put too much in, and it could not turn the blades right. Yeah, That's why it burnt out. When you burnt the first mixer, you put too much in, and it could not turn the blades. That's why it burnt out. So take them back Saturday, Sunday as faulty, yeah, one each day. So maybe this time you put too much in and it burnt out again, yeah, or not? What do you mean you don't know? Yes, in other words, yeah, she's laughing. So yes, that's what she's done. She's put too much mix in and burnt the motor out. Or did you not actually use it this time? You just went to use it.
Yeah.
So
No,
you
I just checked, because
you
last
checked.
time- yeah.
So you blew it up last time and never told me. So
No,
you,
because-
no, hang on a minute. If you've just checked and it's not worked this time, that means you blew two motors out on
Same day.
the same
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So you blew them both up on the same day, the blender and the mixer, and never told me. I never even knew you used the pissing mixer. So you blew the blender up, so you decided to use the mixer and then blew the mixer up, but you didn't tell me about the mixer.
No.
So when you were making the meatballs, you blew them both up.
Yeah.
And never told me.
No. Because the first one burned, so I said, "Oh, I not tell you that."
So the first one burnt out. So you thought, I won't tell you about blowing up the second one.
No.
So you've had to tell me today because you want to make a banana
Yes.
cake. Fucking hellfire. So I take it all back. Let's put this back into perspective. She blew the first mixer up making the cheesecake. She then blew the blender up making the Thai meatballs, but not happy with blowing my blender up. She then blew the brand new mixer up, also making the meatballs, but didn't tell me because she'd already blew the blender up. So she didn't tell me that she'd actually blew the mixer up as well.
Burn the same time, yeah.
So they burnt at the same time. So that's why
I smell, but I don't.
you smelt it burning, but you thought, oh, I'll pass it off as
Yeah.
just being the blender that's
I
burning.
want, yeah. I don't need to know because this is bad.
So you not want me to know because you thought it was bad
Mm.
that you've blown two
Yeah.
up
Mm.
on the same day.
Yeah.
Fucking hellfire. So you've not even attempted to make the banana cake yet because you haven't got a mixer to mix it with.
I know, you know why? Because I know it's not work. You know why I don't make
Oh,
it?
right. So you knew it didn't work, but you thought you'd tell me that you blew it up today.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you are crazy. You are absolutely crazy. You know what? You know you can take things back and get them sort of replaced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I take you back and get you get you replaced. Get you replaced. Jesus Christ. So there you go. Now I've finally got the true story. She blew the blender up on Monday, but also blew the mixer up on Monday. They were both smoking. I thought it was only the blender that was smoking. It was actually the mixer as well. I didn't even realize that she'd used the mixer. So you used the mixer to blend the meat, and that blew that up. Okay. Anyway, looks like I need to. It's not me who's blaming the merchandise, it's her. No wonder High Street Retail is struggling with John forever blaming the merchandise. It's not me that's blaming it, it's her. But if you'd have told me on Monday that you blew it up, we could have replaced it. Now we've got to go out to replace it now.
You go.
No, it's yours.
Oh, my brother, excuse me.
Ah, yours.
Oh, my brother.
So yeah. Right, the 130, yours is 11-2. You got 7-1 on that one. So yours is down to 11-2. What did Frosty have in this first race? I know he's got a couple of horses in this one, But what was one of them? I'm just going to have a quick look back. Ah, right. So is his 16 to 1 and his other horse is what price? I can't see his second horse. I've seen one of, there it is, 40 to 1. I hope you, when you said you got 16s on that, Frosty, that Teddy Blue, I hope it was best odds because it's gone out to 40 to 1 now. So I hope you got best odds on it. What's this? What's this here? Yeah, so. And I know Joe's got Teddy Blue as well at 40 to 1. So that's the three bets that I know to. Oh, and I'll tell you what, I can tell you, yeah, you better have had best odds. Best odds. If you're on Ladbrokes, they always give you best odds guaranteed anyway. But let's have a look. Pied Piper. I Care Alan. Is it I Care Alan? Yeah, I think so. As he is maybe due. Yeah. I mean, the amount of runners he's had, you would have thought he'd have had a winner. But yeah. What's that? How much? £50,000 to win. Did I read that right? In the one, Andy's foot in the 130, I got 16 to 1 on Frosty's tip. Cash out, Frosty, quick. Cash out. Because I guarantee that horse is going to fall. I'll tell you what, I'd be pissing myself laughing if it actually does fall because Frosty will kill him. Oh, I shouldn't laugh. I really, really shouldn't laugh, but I can't help it. Oh, God. Andy, he every time he backs an horse, he loses big time. He cannot get a winner, So Frosty, every time I give Frosty a tip, I don't give it to Andy. And when I give it to Frosty, but not to Andy, it wins. But if I give it to Andy and Frosty, it loses. So Andy's just backed the same horse as Frosty. So it could be problems today. Look at that Night Salute. 5 wins out of 5. 4 candles only. 4 candles. The 4 candles partnership. So, yeah. Oh, God. I tell you what, if your horse finishes in the first 3 in this first race, I'll buy you a new mixer. If it finishes outside the first 3, I'll buy you an hand mixer, and you've got to mix it by hand.
No.
Yes.
And it's not easy.
And it's not easy, but you not blow hand up, you blow mixer up.
I have no power to make it.
No, you have no power, but you cannot blow it up if it's just your hand. I think that's what you use in Thailand, isn't it? Just your hand mixer.
No, same.
That's a good enough deal. If your horse finishes in the first 3, I'll buy you a mixer. If it doesn't, you get a bleeding hand mixer. You can mix it by pissing hand. Then you won't blow it up. Bloody game. Who's he talking about?
Readers are here. They've come all the way from France to watch today, so hopefully he wins. We could use one. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Great to have you here, and hopefully he runs a big race.
Yeah, the Irish do certainly seem to have a stranglehold on this race. Well back for the Mullins Ritchie team.
It'll take some joking apart, though, lads. I think it'll take some doing to turn this favourite over. He is the class horse of the race. I haven't backed the favourite, by the way. I never do, but it is the class horse of the race.
Jumped straight by Vauban, and at the second hurdle after Dave Russell jumped back, he jumped by Vauban again, and that was it. Vauban never got past Pied Piper. Now, some would say it was David riding at the last hurdle, where he got in across in front of Waltown that won the race on this occasion. Maybe it was, but Pied Piper came here then on trials day and absolutely bolted in under David Russell. And Vauban went to the Dublin Racing Festival, where he showed a good turn of foot to me.
You do realise that if Night Salute falls, there'll be a murder. Somebody will be driving around London looking for somebody to murder him. Yeah. I can see it happening. I can definitely see that happening.
And there is Vauban in the Ritchie silks, heading to post, spearheading the Irish.
I remember them colours. Really do remember them colours. Some class horses were wearing them colours in the past. Look how many's there. Look at that. Frenchies normally like soft as well, yeah. That's a decent crowd there, though, today, isn't it? Bloody hell. Nice day for it and a decent crowd. Looks well, that grey. There will be tears if Night Salute wins. There'll be tears if Night Salute falls. So what do you reckon then? Next year we go there, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Race off in 2 minutes. How exciting. Andy, stop winding him up. Really, you've got to stop winding him up. See you in Croydon, Andy, tomorrow if it goes tits up. If his horse falls, he's looking for Andy. Oh God. Shout your horse on, yeah? That's a little one, isn't it? That's a small horse. Number one. It ain't very big, that ain't, is it? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Stop.
What?
Hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt. That is number one. Is definitely a small horse.
It's just a cross noseband, so basically it stops the horse crossing their jaw and just keeps their mouth shut. It just helps their breathing. Hopefully, Paul Tannen will come over here. This is Vauban just here. He's got a Grackle noseband on. It's one of those things. Whether it makes a massive difference is debatable, but it certainly doesn't do them any harm. That is for sure. Just see it going past the set. Teddy Blue jig jogging away. See, this guy's got a Grackle noseband on. See, look at that cross noseband there. Just helps the jockey, helps him to breathe. And another one, he is the favourite. Good luck, Paul. Look at that horse. Look at that intelligent horse. Absolute cracker, isn't he?
He is lovely, isn't he? Vauban, and interesting to hear that Melbourne Cup aspirations potentially for him at later on. In the
Melbourne Cup.
The market's got it right here, Nick.
Fucking hell, the favourites will run in the Melbourne Cup.
Knight Saloon's got really good form. Porticello as well. Are they too big?
Yeah.
Yours is number 3, Phil Door. You've got to be cheering it on. You know, number 6. You see the number 6, that Knight Salute. You got to cheer that to full. You got to cheer on yours, number 3. Number 3. Anyway, as I was saying,
eye-catching when he came third to Vauban last time.
Yeah, ran really well, Francesca. Look, he's
I'm not going to say. No, I'll bugger it. I'll tell you what I've had. All right, I will tell you what I've had, so that if it does win, you can't turn around and say anything. I've had that Dr. Parr, whatever it is, at 20-1. So that's what I've done. I've done it each way. So that's what I've done.
In a triumph photo. So keep a very close eye on the yellow colours near the front. The Harris colours, Jamie will right push that. There he is. Will he get a freebie off the front? Pied Piper, remember, in this race. Bred by the Queen. As the flag goes
Pied Piper's bred by the Queen.
Richard, because the crowd are absolutely buzzing.
They're off. As the roar goes up. They're all over the first one. Go on, number 6. Yours is in front, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is in front in the red.
Yeah.
See it? Not Dr. Parnassus, I've had. Bloody hell, the best mate stands full. Jesus. People are still standing by the coaches. Not even got in yet.
Slight mistake in third by Ikare Allen, just jumped slightly to the left. So this is where the hurdles come pretty fast for these young ones. Is Porticello and the Greyfield Door. They step over it from Vauban on the outside of Ikare Allen. Elete Ton still racing fiercely on the inside of Pied Piper. Behind these is Luna Power and Dr. Parnassus.
Go on, Dr. Parnassus. Make a move for fuck's sake. At least get a place. I tell you what, my luck is shite.
Struggling to keep up slightly as they climb towards the third last. So the Greyfield Door has disputed the running with Porticello throughout. They remain 3 lengths clear from Ikare Allen and Vauban in third and fourth places. Pied Piper and Elete Ton the next two, with Dr. Parnassus taking closer order on the
Good.
outside of Luna Power and Knight Salute as they reach the third last.
I've had a mention.
Over in the lead was Porticello from Field Door in third place. Ikare Allen, Vauban in fourth. And Pied Piper's white cap on the outside.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, best mate stand. Yeah, I just don't think it. It's somewhere I don't like going. I think the best mate stand is shit. You're away from the field. You can't see the finish. You're away from the finish. You're away from the action. You can't get near the ball. I just don't like it. I said that to you, Dave, when you were talking about getting a ticket there. They're all in with a squeak here, aren't they? You'd fancy the favourite from this position. You would fancy the favourite. Fucking hell, that Fear Door's just been squeezed out. You got second, darling. Yeah, favourite. Fucking hell, nice salute, last but one. Yeah, on that note, I cannot say anything except mine finished nowhere. She got a second at 7-1. So yeah, she got a second at 7-1. So she's got her horses are up there if you want to think. But Andy, yeah. I think you ought to leave his horses alone now, Andy, because he's not going to be happy with you. There you go. See you tomorrow. But I did say the favourite to Tex Unbeaten. I did say that. I just can't back them at that price. You know, over that distance, I just can't back them at that price. You know. But they seemed to squeeze out Fear Door. They definitely squeezed it out. But like I say,
And very special to ride a winner in these galas.
Very important, yeah. No, look, Richard and Susanna are big supporters of our team, everyone in there. They've not looked so far this week, they're a good one on their hands here.
Well done.
Thanks.
right, on that note, lads, thanks for coming on. I've got to go out. I've got to go and get a mix up. I will be on early price was 15-8. All right, fair enough. I don't know. I like value for money. I mean, you're backing an horse. If you back that Fear Door and you get 7-1, you're getting like, you know, what is it, fifth of the odds. So you're getting 6-4 for a place to finish in the first three. I mean, I think that's a better value than 15-8 for it to win. Because it didn't win by, I know it won, but it, you know, I mean, it didn't win by a country mile like you know, like a 15-8 shot would have done. But you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, it won going away. It won by 3 lengths, 4 lengths going away. But yeah, anyway, on that note, I will be back on tomorrow for another live stream. My last one of the week, and that'll probably be my last one for a while. Thanks for coming on, everyone. Have a great day. I hope all your horses win. Well, I don't, because I want mine to, but take care, everyone. See you later. I've done the 210 as well, you bastard, Andy. Take care, everyone. See ya. I'm going to leave that. I'm out of here. I've got to go and buy another mixer. Try.